I am a betting man, and I wager that you need better underwear. Stick around till the end of this video, though you're probably stuck down there already, for essential info on Sheath underwear, the best skivvies in the biz. How many times do you wager, if you're a betting person? How many times do you wager that I've talked about the Republican Party being the party of chaos? That there are individual disparate congressmen and women who are agents of that chaos, bringers of chaos to the process. Certainly dozens, if not maybe 100 or more times. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Gosar, Nancy Mace, Matt Gaetz when he was around, many. Kevin McCarthy himself, the Speaker of the House for a bit, Mike Johnson. I mean, really, the list is just there's too many to count. Hundreds of them. Pat Fallon is another one. And yesterday, in a House committee where the acting United States Secret Service director was there, Ronald Rowe is his name, he was attacked, which set off a literal screaming match of absolute pandemonium in a House committee hearing. Zero decorum. All I can figure from this absolutely sickening display of cringe is that Pat Fallon is really wanting to up the game and be the next in line to be the clout-chasing clique lover like Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them. I'm going to play this clip, and listen, if you haven't seen it, stick around, get a snack, get a drink, because this is unlike anything you've ever seen on the floor of a committee room in the House of Representatives.
Seeing is the sack of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. Mm-hmm. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, Congressman, were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect for a Secret Service member that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you're trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please.
You are out of line, Congressman.
Don't try to bully me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are playing politics.
I am a public servant who has served this nation, and
you won't answer the question.
On our country's darkest day.
Committee will come to order. Committee will come to order.
Gentlemen. Kiss or just stop. You see what Pat Fallon was trying to do here? He's charging and accusing Ronald Rowe here of politicizing when he's doing the very same thing. He's attempting in a grand scheme to lick the underside of Donald Trump's ass, to paint Ronald Rowe as an attention seeker, trying to get close to Donald Trump, trying to cozy up to Donald Trump by being in the vicinity of him at this particular event. An offensive assertion with absolutely no evidence. What would you expect from Republicans? One, to turn the House of Representatives and what should be solemn proceedings into a circus, into a freak show. I was going to say sideshow. It doesn't have enough heft. Absolute freak show is Pat Fallon. I looked this guy up. I don't really know much about him. I do know that he served in the Army, or the Air Force, apparently, excuse me. There is a difference there between the Air Force and the Army. I mean, they're not Marines, so, little difference, but they get it. If you didn't serve, those individuals get it. 4 years in the Air Force and only attained the rank of second lieutenant? I mean, that's on his Wikipedia page. I guess it could be wrong. But what went wrong with your service there, Pat Fallon, that you only attained the rank of second lieutenant, a butter bar? You should have at the very least, gotten to first lieutenant or captain, but to no avail, apparently not a performer. Oh no, I take that back. an absolute performer only on in the occasion of a committee hearing where they're ostensibly trying to get to the truth about the failings of the United States Secret Service surrounding the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. You know, the one where he absolutely was not shot in the ear. There's no medical records. We have no idea what took place. All we know is that he probably caught his ear on the hammer of somebody's firearm. Making a circus of this. Chaos. How could we expect, this is the overarching point I think that really is important, is how can we expect these people, these men and women, Republicans, to lead the country? They can't even conduct a basic hearing without it devolving into abject chaos, an embarrassing display from these idiots. Look, I'm not making a judgment call about Ronald Rowe. I don't know the guy. He's very likely a conservative Republican. He's a cop, after all. But was this the time and place? Did this move the needle? Did they get any closer to any legislative action? Do they have the priorities of the Republican Party to try to get to the bottom and solve the United Secret Service's problems? Have they been resolved from this? Or was it just to get on C-SPAN? Just so somebody like me could take shots? I don't know. The question's, I guess, up in the air. But it is absolutely not my party, I'll tell you that. If you're a Republican and you witness this and you think, yeah, they're really getting it done, that's leadership right there, you're broken. Your brain is broken. Your understanding of the ethos and ideology that we should all share is just snapped in half. As is your loyalty to the country. Anyway, what do you think out there? Where am I wrong? You can call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily at Dollemore.com. You can also comment below. That's fantastic. Helps trigger the algorithm to share this content with new prospective viewers and subscribers and lovers of yours truly. You love me, right? I am very ready for the weekend, I tell you that. Anyway, if you want to help support this work, please do. Click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, or go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. There's also the website, dollemore.info, where you can go to the individual shows, whether it be Brittany Pages or our podcast or this show, but there's also a merch store there. And every purchase goes a long way to supporting independent media. I would appreciate it very much. Follow me on the social media. I am at Blue Sky, at Instagram and Threads, and all of the ones that make your life miserable because it's social media and it's wildly unhealthy. Please don't do it. But if you're there and you want to commiserate in misery, I am at Dollemore. I love and appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another. There are so many unknowns in life. It often feels like a game of chance. Things often turn out differently than expected, despite the best planning or intentions. Interest rates, that fancy bottle of wine you bought, heck, the election, so much feels like a gamble. One thing you do not have to speculate on, your underwear, or mine for that matter. Designed by a U.S. military soldier while in Iraq, a guy who knows something about steaks, Sheath Underwear's dual pouch system ensures your package won't stick to your leg, while also giving everything some space by separating your gambler from his dice. You see what I'm doing here? Thanks to this testicular tech, Sheath has successfully been protecting your most valuable assets for over 10 years. They are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 five-star reviews from customers like me. I'm one of those 20,000 reviews. My sheaths have been with me through thick and thin, both before I was a bit heavier than I am now, and now as the leaner version of me. Trademark or copyright that. I love these things. I think that's pretty clear. So no more garment gambling All right? Head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore to score 20% off. You don't need to be a high roller. You see the theme here, the gambling and the dice and the... It's good, right? You don't have to be a high roller to have unbeatable underwear. My go-tos are the Airflow Mesh, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. All sheaths are backed by a 2-year warranty and will land on your doorstep near instantly thanks to blindingly fast shipping, which is free in the United States on orders over $75. Also, your purchase actually does affect positive change, and this is very important. Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders, so you're winning for the world too when you buy from Sheath. Don't roll the dice on your drawers. Score 20% off right now when you head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore. Real change starts with you and, believe it or not, your package. Upgrade your undergarments to Sheath.